Today I am going to discuss about some numerical for the AP series for the foundation course. So these particular problems are mainly for the students who belongs to class 9 and 10 and they are preparing for some competitive exams. So AP series means the arithmetic progression. So here the first problem is you have to calculate the sum of the series. If the series is given as 1 square minus 2 square plus 3 square like this and up to it is 100 square. So from this what you can understand that total number of terms in this particular series is 100. So 100 is the total number of terms because the first term is 1 written and the last term is 100 square. So total 100 number of terms are there. So now we apply the formula a square minus b square for each and every term. So if we look closely that 1 square minus 2 square is written, then 3 square minus 4 square it is written. So what you can do, you can apply the identity that is a square minus b square equals to a plus b into a minus b, this form. Okay. Now what is the advantage of using this is that once we do the a minus b term for each and every quantity it gives minus 1. So if I expand the series, so sum should be written as 1 square minus 2 square means it may be 1 minus 2. So I am writing the first term that is 1 minus 2 into 1 plus 2. Then it is 3 square minus 4 square, so it should be 3 minus 4 into 3 plus 4. Like this way the series goes. So ultimately the last term will be 99 minus 100 into 99 plus 100. So this is the last term. So now for each and every term we take the minus 1 common. So minus 1 is the common part. So finally it gives basically the value as 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, like this way it goes up to 100. So this part is nothing but the sum of all natural number starting from 1 to 100. Sum of all natural numbers starting from 1 to 100. So that can be written as the sum of the all natural number, that is minus 1 into n plus 1 by 2 n into n plus 1 by 2. So n is our 100. So n plus 1 means 101. So it will be written as minus 1 into 100 into 101 divided by 2 whole divided by 2. So ultimately it gives value as minus 50 into 101. So minus 50 into 101 comes to be as the minus 5050. So that is the answer of the problem. Okay. So the understanding behind this problem is that you have to expand the series in such a way so that you can apply some kind of identity, so that you are using the same natural summation formula, the sum of n natural terms. So this is the first problem. Hope you understand. So this is the solution of the problem and this is the answer. Now we move on to the next problem. And the next problem it has been written that, so if A, B, C are in AP, then you are asked to show that A into B plus C divided by BC, that part should be in AP. Now, in AP series, there are certain identities are there, or the properties of AP series is that, so if we add, subtract or multiply, divide by any number in the AP series, so it remains in the AP series format. So we use that particular identity. So if ABC are in AP, A, B, C, these numbers are in AP, so these are in AP, it is given in the problem. So if we divide it by ABC, so we divide all the numbers by ABC, within bracket we are writing dividing by ABC. So then the resulting number should also be in AP. So we divide that A divided by ABC, comma B divided by ABC, comma C divided by ABC. These three numbers should be in AP also. So that means these are in AP. Now, since these are in AP, so you can further simplify is that is 1 by BC, comma 1 by AC, comma 1 by AB should be in AP. Now, next part is that since these are in AP, now we multiply. So multiply all the term by a number, suppose AB plus BC plus CA. AB plus BC plus CA. So if we multiply this by this number AB plus BC plus CA, then also it remains in AP. So that means the property says that if I multiply or divide by a positive number, then the resulting series should also be in AP. So now we multiply it by AB plus BC plus CA. So this term becomes AB plus BC plus CA divided by BC, comma AB plus BC plus CA divided by AC, comma AB plus BC plus CA whole divided by AB. So this number, these three numbers should also be in AP. Now, so what we understand from this, that for each of the numerator, for each of the number in the numerator, one term is common. So for the first term BC is common, for the second term AC is common, for the third term AB is common. So we can write it that if we divide it by BC numerator number, so what we got 1 plus AB plus AC. So we take A common, so it gives B plus C whole divided by the number BC, comma 1 plus, if you take B common, so it gives C plus A divided by AC, comma 1 plus, if you take C common, so it gives A plus B divided by AB. So these are also in AP. So now if you subtract 1 from each number, so that means the resulting term, that is A into B plus C divided by BC, comma B into C plus A divided by AC, comma C into A plus B divided by AB, this number being AP. So this is our required statement that we have to prove. So prove it that these numbers are in AP. So through this problem, what we understand that there are certain important properties related to AP series. Same properties are applicable for the GP series also. When you learn about the GP series, then you discuss about those. So whenever the series are in AP, so we can multiply, divide or subtract or add by a number. So the resulting number should also be in AP series. Hope you understand. So for my request to all the students who are following my channel is that whenever I am solving one particular problem, first your task is to pause the video for a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, and you approach the problem first. You try to solve the problem first. Once you are able to solve that, then you can build the confidence. Okay. So initially what you should do that, first of all, you try to solve it by your own. If you are willing to do that, then you follow my lecture or follow my video. Now I move on to the third problem, where is a AP series that is combined with some kind of quadratic equations. So quadratic equations means, in case of quadratic, it is given that the sum of the roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to the sum of the square of the reciprocals. Okay, that means if I say that for this particular quadratic equation, if I say that alpha and beta are our root, for this quadratic equation, if I say alpha and beta are root, so according to the statement of the problem, it is given that alpha plus beta, so what we write, alpha plus beta, sum of the root equals to minus b by a, and product of the root, alpha into beta, equals to c by a. So this is the basic property of the quadratic equation. Sum of the root is equals to minus b by a and product is equals to c by a. Now once we reach this particular part, then it is given that it is equals to the sum of the square of the reciprocal. So what is given that, according to the problem, it is given that alpha plus beta should be equals to 1 upon alpha square plus 1 upon beta square. This is given to us. So if we simplify it, so if we do the addition part, so what you can write, alpha square plus beta square whole divided by alpha square into beta square should be equals to alpha plus beta. Now from the property of a square plus b square, so what you can write, a plus b whole square, alpha plus beta whole square minus of twice alpha beta. This can be written divided by alpha square beta square. Now on the right hand side we got the expression of alpha plus beta and alpha beta both. So we can further simplify it by putting the values. So alpha plus beta is given as minus b by a. So what you can write, minus b by a whole square minus 2 alpha beta, so means minus 2 c by a, and divided by alpha square beta square means c by a whole square. Now on the right hand side simply alpha plus beta is there, so it is equals to minus b by a. So minus b by a should be equals to this quantity. So it is b square by a square, written as b square by a square minus 2c by a whole divided by c square by a square. Now if we simplify this, by taking the LCM of a square and a, it gives a square. So finally what you can write, b square minus 2ac divided by c square. This is the right hand side of the equation. Now we do the cross multiplication. So if I do the cross multiplication, then what you are getting, that minus b into c square equals to a into b square minus 2ac square. Okay. So if I rearrange the terms, so what you are getting, that bc square plus ab square equals to 2ac square. If I take the side chain property, so whenever we are transferring the numbers to the other side and we are taking the 2ac square on the right hand side, so from this expression, so what you can understand, that now these three numbers are in AP. These three numbers are in AP. So this is the first term, this is the second term, and this is the third term, and this is the middle term. So it has been asked in the problem also. So one term is the AB square. So comma a square c or ca square and bc square. So these three terms are in AP. So whenever the three terms are in AP, so what you can write, sum of the first term plus third term divided by 2 should be equal to second term. So that means that these three terms are in AP. So this is our final proof. So we are asked to prove that these are in AP. So you can derive this. Okay. So hope you understand the problems and start practicing the problems. So what you can say, that from this what you can achieve the goal. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe my channel.